You close it off from underneath and then just lay it inside.
Mine's not quite as nice as yours. No, wait a minute, that one's mine. Yours is the shitty one. Justin, it's Speedy Romeo. How's it going?
Very good.
Where do you come up with the name Speedy Romeo?
When I started looking for locations to open our restaurant, we found a automotive parts store. Speedy Automotive, Romeo, Italian flavors, so we saw the combination come together. For the menu, I wanted to do all wood burning, to be creative in that sense that we can only prep in this oven. I wanted to do something fresh completely.
So what exactly is your mozzarella dish?
So we always try to play in the seasons with this one dish. Fresh mozzarella, pea shoots and shiso, a sweet pea crostini, a pancetta vinaigrette.
In Bensonhurst, you get like big bricks of
mozzarella.
In.
So the curd comes in from a latticini in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. We cut it into strips, and then from the strips, we take a wire rack over the top. The wire rack is a little abrasive, which puts some texture to the cheese you see there. I feel that it takes the water a little bit better, and I feel it takes the salt a little bit better as well. Set it into a larger bowl. Take hot water. This water is about 185 degrees. It gets a little too tight if the water's too hot. It's like if you're in a hot tub and then you get into a cold bath, your body's like,
yeah.
You know, so it's the same thing where if you have the cold cheese and then the hot water, the cheese gets tight. I would recommend 15 minutes of just letting that curd sit in that hot water.
Okay.
Once you see that cream coming up, you know that you've got something happening underneath there. You could check it, but you really don't want to
break it up.
Yeah, you can see it's kind of all become one unit down there.
Gotcha.
So from here, you want to pour this water off.
So let me help you out here, Chef.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So you can see all of the curd is staying down at the bottom. It's gotten softer. This is when you want to season the cheese. You know, at first you're like, oh wow, kind of looks like a lot of salt, but you're gonna add another batch of water to this, so you want to sort of over season at this point. You know, you don't want to pour it right in the middle. You want to try to keep the heat even. That's why I like a bowl. The cheese gets hot, but then the bowl is hot as well, so that heat keeps it hot from underneath as well. So,
where did you originally learn to make mozzarella?
Before we opened the restaurants, we did a tour in Italy. And so from there, we learned the classic Italian way to do it. We do it all basically under the water. It has a super soft mouthfeel to it. Okay, so from here now, you know, what I like to recommend is 2 gloves on both hands because it's hot. So with a spoon, turn this mass into one. Knead it together. So from here, we can pour this water off because this water's done its job. We can start really just kneading this together. You're just folding it over onto itself.
It's a very gentle process. You're really not working it like you
would. No. I feel the more you work it, the more tough it becomes.
Okay.
So to make a ball, what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it underneath itself and then just pinching it off. Okay, so you get that sheen over the top and then placed into the cold water. Okay, so
I'm gonna give this a try now. So kind of get it.
Yeah, bring some of the cheese underneath.
About that much.
Then you can just squeeze that off.
How do you get it pinched off so well?
You just have to really close the hand at the bottom right there.
Because then I kind of misshape.
It's fine.
It's rustic Italian cooking.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to look pretty.
No.
This is not tweezer
No
food.
tweezers here.
Yeah, how did you go from wanting to do like John George and all that sort of stuff and like wanting to do something more rustic?
I wanted to produce food that people crave, so that's where the menu came from, where it's, you know, steaks from the wood-fired grill. You know, have a bottle of wine with that with 4 people, or you can come in by yourself, have a pizza and a beer, and, you know, do that 3 or 4 times a week. We're gonna toast this sourdough toast to get some of that smoked flavor on it. While that's toasting, we're just gonna cut an angle on this, 2 pieces. From here, our toast is ready to go. So then I put down a little bit of glue, if you will, so that it doesn't slide off into the dining room. That this is fresh peas, basil leaves, onions that have been sweat with garlic. Then we just process that in the food processor. All right. This is a pancetta vinaigrette. So we've roasted pancetta in the wood-burning oven. Once it comes out, we hit it with rosemary and thyme, and then add red wine vinegar to it.
Because the pea was just a little too healthy. We gotta balance ourselves back out again.
Exactly. Then we're adding the pea shoots to this, just as another added fresh component to the dish. And now we're finishing this dish with shiso leaf, Asian mint. It's kind of like a hybrid of mint and basil. That's gonna really help.
So that's where it breaks a little from Italian a little bit, getting in a shiso.
It's just another element of flavor that kind of sneaks up on you. So from there, just to finish the dish, then it's Malden sea salt over the cheese and the crostini. We do lots of finishing with lemon juice here. So lemon juice only over the crostini, and then from there, cracked black pepper, and then a little drizzle of olive oil. We get Sicilian olive oil, always last season's press. And so that's it.
All right, favorite part.
This muted creamy flavor is going to really go with like your fresh floral flavors. How's the mozzarella you made?
Like the textures are like great. You're working with a lot of really kind of soft consistencies.
Right.
So it's nice to balance that out with like the crunch.
Exactly. So you can get a little bit of smoke too from the toast, also from the pancetta. The peas are sweet, a little acid in the end to finish.
Yeah. If you could serve this to any one person, who would you want to serve this to?
I've never fed Mario Batali.
Why would you want him to try it?
You know, I've always gone to his restaurants for inspiration of flavor and, you know, some of his chefs I am friends with, so, you know, it'd be fun to go straight to the top and say, hey, you know, here you go, boss, you know.
Like cured pork fat.
What part of the pig is it from?
This is the back fat. And then a little Parmigiano Reggiano. If we were gonna use blue cheese, we could make blue balls.
We've reached new lows.
Way low. A little bit of good olive oil. And then you want some really great crusty, kind of charred bread to go with it.
Well, let's give this
Let's give it a whirl. Awesome.